Thank you for stopping by. Bye, bye. Good to see you.
Welcome, students, staff, and families. My name is Joseph Frisk, and I am a student in Mrs. Mikowski's homeroom. Thank you for joining us for the 2022 and 2023 fifth grade celebration. Thank you also to our Mayfield staff representatives from Mayfield Village and members of our Center School Association for teaming together to make today's ceremony possible. We are happy to have everyone here in person to celebrate our accomplishments. I would now like to introduce Mrs. Rotino, Center Building Principal, from some opening remarks.
Good morning. Thank you everyone for being here today. Today, this venue is one of our, what we call a COVID win. During COVID, we were looking for an outdoor space to hold graduation. And what a blessing that decision was. We reached out to the city of Mayfield Village and they offered it up right away. It is something that we have done now for the past 3 years, and we're so happy that all of you could be here for it and that Mayfield Village could partner with us to make it happen. Today is the day to celebrate for sure. We celebrate our students and their accomplishments. We celebrate the staff members, community members, and family members working together to help each one of our cyclones grow as individuals and as a community of learners. In Mayfield, we have created something called the Portrait of a Wildcat. It symbolizes all that we hope a graduate embodies as they move beyond their K-12 education. The portrait includes skills such as communication, collaboration, creative and critical thinking, curiosity, scholarship, and personalization. As educators, we strive to create real-life experiences that put these skills to the test. Today's ceremony was actually one of those projects. At this time, I'd like to recognize a group of students and teachers who worked together to design today's celebration. The teachers facilitated opportunities for collaboration that allowed our students to brainstorm together, write the speeches, prepare musical performances, and create moments that we hope our students feel celebrated. We hope they make our families feel proud, and we hope our community feels honored to enjoy all of this with us. If you're a student or a staff member who was part of the graduation design team, could you please stand to be recognized? Thank you. We hope everyone enjoys the powerful moments that have been created by that graduation design team today. I would like to now introduce Mrs. Hall, our music teacher, to lead our students in a performance of the Star Spangled Banner and another song they've prepared for us. Students, families, and guests, please rise for the singing of our national anthem.
When you want junk to disappear, all you have to do is point.
Live radio done right. No ads, no subscription fees. Totally free.
Thank you, students. Great job. I would now like to introduce Tom Parker to lead the next part of our ceremony.
Good morning. My name is Tom Parker from Mrs. Schultz's homeroom. This year we worked together as a 5th grade team to grow as learners, to support one another, and to celebrate each other's accomplishments. We couldn't have done it without the help of several people here today. To our families, thank you for ongoing support, help with schoolwork, and encouragement during our learning year. Mayfield teachers and staff, thank you for making learning fun and teaching us the importance of hard work, perseverance, and being kind to others. CSA volunteers, thank you for planning all the school parties, activities, and fundraisers that help support our school. Mayfield City School District and Mayfield Village leaders, thank you for making us feel like one connected family learning together. I would now like to introduce Mayfield Village Mayor Brenda Bodner, who would like to say a few words.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Big congratulations to all of our Center School graduating 5th graders today. I'm very proud of each and every one of you. I was given 2 minutes to speak today, so I decided to talk to you about some of the amazing things you can do in 2 minutes. Why? Because as you continue your education, you're going to find that there are more and more demands on your time, and sometimes you're going to be lucky to have 2 minutes to spare. So here are 5 amazing things you can do in 2 minutes or less. Number 1, say thank you. Recognize that someone has helped you and take the time to show your appreciation. How about to your teacher? Thank you for being my teacher this year. I've learned a lot and you've made learning fun. A thankful spirit makes you a more positive person and it builds strong teams. Number 2, say I'm sorry and own it. How about, Mom, I'm sorry I got home late last night. I know you were worried. Why is it important to say you're sorry? Because taking responsibility for your mistakes makes you a more mature and responsible person, and it helps to rebuild important bonds of trust and friendship. Number 3, regroup and de-stress. As you get older and the demands on your time increase, sometimes you just need to regroup. So take 2 minutes to lie on the grass and watch the clouds go by. Make some snow angels in the winter, or gaze at a starlit night. Taking the time to recharge your batteries is not a luxury, it's a necessity, and it will help you to accomplish your goals. Number 4, impose order on chaos. When there are too many to-dos swirling around in your brain, make a list of the 5 most important things you have to do, and then prioritize them. Getting everything out of your head and onto a list will relieve some stress and give you direction. You cannot do everything at once, so best to prioritize. And finally, number 5, let someone know that they are important to you. Maybe call your grandmother. Hi, Grandma. I got your card in the mail today, and it made me feel happy. Thank you for remembering me on my birthday. Family bonds support all family members, so nurture them. Just remember, 2 minutes is sometimes all it takes to take charge of a situation and to improve it. I wish you all much success and happiness on your lifelong learning adventures. So I'll close now by practicing what I preach. Thank you for giving me 2 minutes of your time this morning, and I'm sorry I went a little bit over. Thank you and have a great day.
Thank you, Mayor Bodner. I would now like to introduce Sophia L., Alexa, Sophia M., Kanaya, Lynn, and Anthony to share about special memories from our years at Center.
We had a great time in kindergarten with Mrs. Caillon, Mrs. Ngoli, and Mrs. Fiocco. A special moment from this grade level was making capes for the 100th day. Mrs. Caillon's class had a special dog, and each person was able to take the dog home on a weekend adventure. We also watched butterflies change from cocoons to chrysalis. Lastly, we had some amazingly fun dance parties. Thank you all who made this year so special for us.
We had a great time in first grade with Miss Slater, Miss Loftman, and Miss Peterlin. A special moment from this grade level was mystery readers when someone's parent came in and read a book to us. Also, we carved pumpkins in groups and collected the seeds. Each of us had a chance to be star for the week. Another fun thing we did was the mouse house. We made a mouse out of towels and a house out of what we had at home. Lastly, we traveled to different classrooms to learn about different countries with a paper suitcase. First grade was one of my favorite years.
During second grade, we had a great time with our teachers, Miss Caillon, Miss McClung, and Mrs. Mikolasik. In second grade, we learned in creative ways. For example, for science, we built a beaver dam when we were learning about ecosystems. We also researched famous people for Black History Month, such as Rosa Parks, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., and Kobe Bryant. During the end of the year, COVID came, and we had to all turn into Zoomies for the last quarter of the school year. But thankfully, it meant that we were all safe. Second grade was a very unique year, and we all had great teachers that year who cared about us.
Third grade was a hard year because we had roomies and Zoomies. We had morning meetings together and closing circles on Zoom, so we all of us could be together. We learned about bugs, habits, and dressing up like historical times, and learned about national disaster as Zoomies. I ate my lunch at home, but roomies sometimes ate outside or on the beach or in their classroom. Being a Zoomie wasn't always easy, but we made our fun by turning our camera on and off or changing our names to something funny. I won't mention any names, but you know who you are. Third grade was the strangest year of the elementary school, thanks to the pandemic, but together we made the best of it.
In fourth grade, we enjoyed our time with Miss Garden, Miss Kish, and Miss Benvenuto. It was fun to do the shout-out Legos. All of the teachers had their own funny sense of humor. For example, Miss Garden kept pushing a button in her pocket that by accident rang a doorbell. We would always do group projects such as building the tallest Q-tip tower, and we started switching classes with our homeroom. Also, we love the fact that our 4th grade teachers worked so hard to get us ready for 5th grade. We had one too many tests to take, but they did a great time teaching us. Thank you to all who made this year so special.
Mrs. Klunkowski, Mrs. Kimpatilla, and Mrs. Schultz helped us have a great 5th grade year. We went on several fun field trips such as Holden and the Nautica Queen. At Holden, we were able to catch bugs and look at them under a microscope. It was also fun to have team meetings every other week. When people were shouted out, their shout-out ticket was put on the Journey to 6th grade poster. It was a pretty chill year since COVID was not bothering us anymore. Thank you to all the 5th grade teachers for making this last year at Center one that we will never forget. I would now like to introduce Druva to lead the next part of our ceremony.
Good morning, my name is Druva from Mrs. Giptill's homeroom. At this time, I would like to introduce Officer Andrew Duffy. Officer Duffy is our former school resource officer. This year, we visited the 5th grade weekly to teach us decision-making skills through the DARE program. We also were lucky enough to have our current school resource officer, Officer Zach, to be part of our DARE lesson this fall. We want to thank both of them role models for helping us learn how to handle ourselves as we are getting older and having to make more decisions, making our actions on our own. Please join me in welcoming Officer Duffy to the stage to share about the program.
Thank you. Oh, hold on. Thank you. As you guys said, I've been your DARE officer for 6 years at Center School. You guys are all in kindergarten my first year starting there, so it's definitely a pleasure to see you start from there and moving up. Learning how to choose wisely and make healthy decisions will shape your whole life. Refusing drugs and staying out of risky situations will have a positive impact on your lifestyle. Each one of you have a personal commitment to avoid anything that will make you ill and destroy your own future. You should know that your parents are very proud of you today. They have high hopes for you, they believe in you, and you are making them proud by showing them you can make those safe, responsible choices that we have all talked about. These are the people who want nothing but for you to succeed. We all want you to be your best and live up to your full potential. I ask you to take this chance to dedicate yourself to making the next year in middle school even better. Remember that you do not have to follow the crowd. Each and every one of you know how to say no to negative peer pressure and have been taught the skills to avoid risky situations that will negatively impact your lives. Just do the right thing, even if no one is looking. Study hard, and remember that you're investing in yourself with every positive choice that you make. Do not be in too big of a hurry to grow up. There are great things coming, and we are all proud of you, and each of you should feel proud of yourselves. Quick quote from Pat Summitt. She's a Tennessee women's basketball coach. Responsibility equals accountability equals ownership. And a sense of ownership is the most powerful weapon a team or organization can have. At Center School, the staff has a motto, Team Center. We strive to take ownership over the education of your young minds. We strive to pass on the mindset of being safe and responsible. I hope this quote means something to all of you, and you are able to remain confident in yourselves and take ownership of the choices that you make. Lastly, I want you all to know, if you need anything in the future, I will always be there to help.
I would now like to introduce our 5th grade teachers who will be honoring each of the students in our 5th grade, starting with Mrs. Klunkowski.
My fifth graders, we're so proud of you. Just like we practiced, we're going to ask you to stand up in your straight line and are we just standing like that? What was that? So when each fifth grader comes across to graduate, we are going to give them a goldenrod envelope. Just so you know, parents, what's in the envelope, there is their diploma, there is their DARE certificate. We had a wonderful Hawaiian day last Friday. There's a nice color picture of them in there for that. And we also have your Holden coupons, and we have some circus coupons in there as well. So we have asked fifth graders to put their envelopes under their chairs. Now you know everything that's in there, and then you can give those to your families after their graduation. All right, the first fifth grader we would like to celebrate from our homeroom is Pratik Acharya. Pratik would like to be a businessman when he grows up. Pratik's favorite memory was when the entire fifth grade toured the middle school this year. Next, we would like to celebrate Artem Buziev. When Artem grows up, he would like to become a musician. His favorite quote is, "You cannot appreciate the beauty of the forest by looking at one tree." Now, we would like to celebrate Connor Cole. Connor hopes to be a mechanical engineer when he grows up. Connor's favorite quote is, "Love your family, work super hard, live your passion." Our next fifth grader to celebrate is Jules Collins. Jules hopes to be a paramedic when she grows up. Jules would like to thank her mom and dad for teaching her so much and for helping her through her journey in school. Now we would like to celebrate Frankie Gambites. When he grows up, Frankie hopes to become a famous rock star. Frankie shared that his favorite quote is, "If you can dream it, you can do it." Our next fifth grader to celebrate is Layla Haddadin. Layla hopes to become the absolute best profession in the entire world, a language arts teacher, when she grows up, and she will. Layla would like to thank her little brother, Owen, for being so happy to see her when she comes home from school. That's so cute. Next up, we would like to celebrate Leon Koifman. Leon would like to become an engineer when he grows up. Leon would like to thank his teachers from each grade for helping him learn and succeed. The next fifth grader we would like to celebrate is Emma Manfroni. Emma hopes to be either a forensic pathologist or an artist when she grows up. Emma would like to thank her mom and dad for taking her to fun places on the weekends. Now we would like to celebrate Lynn Meddy. When Lynn grows up, she hopes to become a doctor. Lynn's favorite quote is, "Nothing is impossible. The word says, I'm possible." Our next fifth grader to celebrate is Sophia Moses. Sophia hopes to become a teacher or a lawyer when she grows up. Sophia would like to thank Mrs. Klimkowski, thank you Sophia, for being a kind and helpful teacher to her all year. She loved having Mrs. K as her homeroom teacher, and the feeling is mutual. Good job, Sophia. Next up, we'd like to celebrate Kang Win. Kang hopes to become an archaeologist when he grows up. Kang would like to thank Mrs. Klimkowski, thank you Kang, for being kind and always helping him when he was in need. Now we would like to celebrate Johnny Norris. Johnny is aiming for the big leagues and hopes to be a baseball player. Spoiler alert, right, Johnny? When he grows up. Johnny shared that his favorite memory from center school is playing wiffle ball with friends at recess. Our next fifth grader to celebrate is Arya Podar. Arya hopes to become a veterinarian when she grows up. Her favorite quote is, "Don't say you can't until you prove that you can't." Next up, we'd like to celebrate Maya Popovic. Maya hopes to become a contortionist when she grows up. Do something, Maya. Show us. I'm kidding. Maya's favorite quote is, "Sometimes you just need to talk about something, not to get sympathy or help, but to just kill its power by allowing the truth to hit the air." The next fifth grader we would like to celebrate is Jose Ramirez Velasquez. Jose hopes to become a professional soccer player when he grows up, and his favorite memory from center school was our recent Nautica Queen field trip. Now we would like to celebrate Stephen Richardson. Stephen would like to be a teacher when he grows up. A favorite fifth grade memory was going to art on specials days. Our next fifth grader to celebrate is Joseph Risk. Joseph hopes to become a doctor when he grows up. His favorite memory from center school was dissecting owl pellets. Next up, we'd like to celebrate David Rosenberg. David hopes to become a lawyer when he grows up. His favorite center school memory was when the worms escaped from the jar in second grade. Did you find them, David? Or no, they were gone forever and ever. Okay. Finally, from my homeroom, we'd like to celebrate Chelsea Taylor. Chelsea wants to be a therapist when she grows up, and she would like to thank Center School for everything. So, my homeroom, I am so proud of you all. You did an amazing job. Happy graduation day. Happy celebration. Love you guys. Next, I'd like to introduce Mrs. Scampatilla to talk about her homeroom.
Good morning, everyone. If my homeroom could line up, we'll be ready to celebrate all of you. Okay, the first fifth grader we would like to celebrate from our homeroom is Summer Abbott. Summer hopes to become a fashion designer when she grows up. One of her favorite quotes is, "You are the author of your own story. If you don't like where the chapter is going, just start a new one." Next, we would like to celebrate Ria Acharya. When Ria grows up, she would like to become either a teacher or a nurse. Ria shared that her favorite memory from center school was meeting new people and making new friends. Now we would like to celebrate Kanaya Anderson. Kanaya hopes to become a math teacher, amazing profession, when she grows up. Her favorite memories at center are the Nautica field trip and when Mrs. Klimkowski helped her with her Lexia. Our next fifth grader to celebrate is Cameron Bittner. Cam hopes to hit a lot of threes as an NBA player when he grows up. His favorite center school memories all come from recess and the great soccer games that were played. Now we would like to celebrate Dhruva Chaudhry. When she grows up, Dhruva hopes to become a pediatrician. Druva's favorite memory from center was her first day of school as a new student this year and making new friends. Our next fifth grader to celebrate is Jane Dvorzna. Jane would like to be an actress when she grows up. Her favorite memory from her years at center was when she got to hang out with her friends on the Nautica field trip. Next up, we would like to celebrate Braden Hawkins. Braden hopes to become a video game programmer when he grows up. Braden would like to thank his parents for bringing him to Center School, where he has met all of his friends. Now we would like to celebrate Maddie Lazuka. When she grows up, Maddie hopes to become a teacher. Her favorite memory from Center School was the 5th grade Nautica field trip. The next 5th grader we would like to celebrate is Sophia Leshy. Sophia would love to be a teacher or maybe a doctor when she grows up. Her favorite memories as a Cyclone were the Nautica boat ride and dissecting the owl pellets. Now we would like to celebrate Francis Maldonado Sagni. When Francis grows up, he hopes to become a doctor. His favorite memory from his time at Center was the Nautica field trip. Our next 5th grader to celebrate is Bella Melorano. Bella hopes to become a teacher when she grows up. Her favorite memories at Center were all of the holiday parties. Next up, we would like to celebrate Victoria Pinzone. When she grows up, Victoria would like to be a teacher. She would also like to thank all the teachers she has had during her years at Center School. Now we would like to celebrate Zaylin Ramos. Zaylin would like to be a police officer when he grows up. He would also like to say thanks to everyone for all the fun times he has had at Center. The next 5th grader we would like to celebrate now is Joel Sayer. Joel hopes to become a professional soccer player when he grows up. The 5th grade Nautica trip is Joel's favorite memory from his time at Center. Our next 5th grader we would like to celebrate is Samyak Shahab. When he grows up, Samyak hopes to become a professional soccer player. Samyak's favorite quote is, "If you don't believe you are the best, then you will never achieve what you are capable of." Next, we'd like to celebrate Neon Simpson. Neon would like to be a professional basketball player when he grows up. Neon would like to thank his parents for always believing in him. And finally, we'd like to celebrate Alexa Sebdos. When Alexa grows up, she would like to be a teacher. Alexa has loved all of the fun activities she did during her years at Center School. Congratulations to all of my homeroom. It's been an amazing year. And I'd like to welcome Mrs. Schultz to the podium to celebrate her student.
Good morning, everybody. So my first 5th grader that I'd like to celebrate from our homeroom is Tristan Aveni. Tristan would like to be an artist when she grows up, and she would like to thank her parents for making her study. Next, I would like to celebrate Adriana Castro. When Adriana grows up, she would like to become either an artist or a professional soccer player. Her favorite quote from Jim Rohn is, "Happiness is not by chance, it's by choice." Now we would like to celebrate Grace Caterino. Grace hopes to become a lawyer when she grows up. Her favorite quote is, "The harder you work, the better you get." Our next fifth grader to celebrate is Addison Clark. Addison hopes to be a nurse when she grows up. She would like to thank Mr. DiMarino for all of the help and advice he has given her over the years. Now we would like to celebrate Sophia Gaffey. When she grows up, she would like to be a teacher. She would like to thank Mrs. Schultz for being the best teacher she could have asked for. Thank you, Sophia. Our next fifth grader to celebrate is Mason Glenos. Mason would like to establish, listen to this, Officer Duffy. Mason would like to establish some law and order as a police officer when he grows up. His favorite quote is, "Life is like a bicycle. To keep your balance, you have to keep moving forward." Next up, we would like to celebrate Liliana Grano. Liliana hopes to become a professional softball player when she grows up, but also hopes to maybe be a small business owner. She would like to thank Mrs. Schultz for all of the help she gave her throughout the year and for being the best teacher. The next fifth grader we would like to celebrate is Alex Kaczynski. Alex would like to be a singer when she grows up. She would like to thank her parents and her brother for being the best family she could ask for. Now we would like to celebrate Sal Makata. When Sal grows up, he hopes to become a professional football player. Sal would like to thank his family and cousin Johnny for helping him transition to center when he came in third grade. Our next fifth grader to celebrate is Max Odensov. Max hopes to become a reading specialist when he grows up. His favorite quote is, "Don't try hard to fit in, and certainly don't try so hard to be different. Just try hard to be you." Next up, we'd like to celebrate Jake Palco. When he grows up, Jake would like to be a lawyer. His favorite quote is, "You may face many defeats, but never let yourself be defeated." Now we would like to celebrate Tom Parker. Tom would like to be an actor or a film director when he grows up. His favorite quote from Albert Einstein is, "I have no special talent, I am only passionately curious." Our next fifth grader to celebrate is Shiv Patel. When he grows up, Shiv hopes to become a professional soccer player. Shiv's favorite memory from his years at center school was the Nautica field trip. Next, we'd like to celebrate Aditi Pupawal. Aditi hopes to be a veterinarian when she grows up. Her favorite memories of center school were the Nautica field trip and when the fifth grade dissected the owl pellets. Next, we'd like to celebrate Anthony Saad. When Anthony grows up, he'd like to be a cardiac surgeon. His favorite quote is, "One act of kindness may not change the world, but it may change somebody's world." Next, I'd like to introduce to you and celebrate Eitan Stoff. Eitan hopes to be a doctor when he grows up. He would like to thank his family for being loving and caring and inspiring him every day. Our next fifth grader to celebrate is Ria Shurish Babu. She hopes to become a doctor when she grows up. Ria would like to thank her parents for letting her finish up her year at center before moving to a new school for next year. Now I would like to celebrate Giovanni Thomas. Giovanni at this time is undecided what his career path will be, but he knows he will be successful with whatever he chooses. I do too, Giovanni. He would like to thank his teachers for teaching him everything he needs to know to graduate from center. The next fifth grader I would like to share with you is Frankie Vicarelli. Frankie one day would like to be a social studies teacher, and his favorite memory in fifth grade was gym class. And our final fifth grade graduate is Dominic Zahidi Marsh. He hopes to become a deep sea fisherman when he grows up. Keeping up with the boating theme, his favorite fifth grade memory was when we went on the Nautica last week. So we are now done announcing all our fifth graders. Fifth grade graduates, would you please stand up? Will you turn so you can face your parents, and let's celebrate and clap for our new fifth grade graduates at Center School. And fifth grade, while you're standing that way, I want you to look at Mrs. Hall. I want you to stand up real quick, because Mrs. Hall helped so much preparing with the music. Could we please give a power clap to Mrs. Hall? Now wait, fifth grade, you ready? 1, 2, 3. Thank you, Mrs. Hall. Okay. And next, I would like to introduce Dhruva and several other fifth grade students who will be sharing what makes each fifth grade staff member special.
Thank you to our fifth grade teachers for taking the time to share a little bit about each one of us. Now we would like to share with everyone what makes you special as well. Teachers, please stand when you hear your name so we can recognize you for your hard work.
Mrs. Domkowski has been there for me and for all of us through our journey through fifth grade. She has prepared us well for middle school. I'm so grateful to have her as my teacher. She's always so kind and caring towards me and all of her students. I was so nervous in the beginning of the year, and Ms. Domkowski helped make me feel more comfortable in the classroom. At the beginning of the year, I trusted Ms. Domkowski with something, and she told me we would get through it. We have to do everything together, and she's the best teacher. It's going to be hard not to cry when I have to leave her this year. I'll never forget it.
Miss Gamtilla has been such a great teacher. I can never ask for a better one. She is so kind and funny to everyone she meets. She was such a fantastic math and homeroom teacher. I was so glad to have her, and now so many other kids will get to experience the best time with her as well. There was this one time when Miss Gamtilla and Miss McManus came to Sophia, Alexa, and I's softball game. Having them both there was so fun and made me have a lot more confidence in myself. I've improved in math so much since August, and Miss Gamtilla is the whole reason. Thank you, Miss Gamtilla, for all you did this year.
This year was scary coming to fifth grade, but Miss Schultz has always tried to make it easy and fun for everyone. She always made sure everyone felt safe in the classroom. Miss Schultz did a great job at teaching us science and social studies. I will never forget learning about pie charts. We got to make our own questions for the pie charts, and we were able to ask people which answer they liked the best. And we then went back to our classrooms and color our pie charts. I will never forget fifth grade because Miss Schultz always made it fun to learn. Miss Schultz, you are the best teacher, and thank you for making this year in fifth grade a fantastic one.
Mrs. McManus, thank you for always helping me and believing in me. It really means a lot. I look forward to coming and seeing you every day. I will never forget when you came to Victoria, Alexa, and mine softball game. You built my confidence and always made me smile. I have improved so much with your help in language arts. You have prepared me so much for middle school. I have been waiting to have such an amazing teacher like you. Mrs. McManus, thank you, and nobody will ever replace you.
Mrs. Jenkins was an incredible teacher. She's one of my favorite teachers. I like her so much because of what she does for us. For example, she does lunch bunches with us and gives us time to hang out with our friends. I always liked how she motivates us by giving us prizes as we completed all our work. Some days when we can be a little annoying, she still has a smile on her face. I know that she cares for us because she always encourages us to do our very best. She has prepared me and my friends well as we get to the middle school next year. Mrs. Jenkins is an awesome teacher. I will never forget her.
Mr. Grimm, thank you for giving me an opportunity to work in your room and play games. The times I had working in your room got me acting like a teacher, and I was able to make new friends. Your class is really nice, and I like helping them with the dyslexia, math work, and game rules. You were always there for me when I needed help or someone to talk to. Who knows, someday I might be a teacher like you.
Miss Lepla, I will miss you when I go to the middle school. You were with me when I was in first grade. Through this year, we did a lot of things, and if I got mad or snide, you was always there for me to make me happy. I love that you are funny and help me to get out of a bad mood. You have been with me for 6 years. For those 6 years, I'm glad to find someone to make me feel safe. I just want you to know that I will always love you, and I will still have memories of you when I leave this school. You're the best, Miss Lepla.
Mr. Rosa has worked with me since I was in kindergarten. He helped us learn the English language because some of us speak a different language or have moved here from a different country. He's always very kind and makes learning fun. He helps me to be more confident in my reading and speaking. Thank you for everything you have done for me at Center. I will miss you next year.
Mr. DiMarino knows us the best because he has been with us these last 6 years at Center. He always helped give us guidance for handling difficult situations, either at home or at school. Also, this year, Mr. DiMarino, along with Mr. Schiller and Officer Zach, created something called a gentleman's group for 5th grade boys. Thank you for helping us understand and display gentleman behaviors as we move on to the middle school. Also, even though you are a Steelers fan, we still think you're an okay human being.
Miss Tauscher was a very important part of our 5th grade team. You were part of Miss Schultz's homeroom. She said that you were the best parapro ever. It was nice to see you traveling with us through our specials, recess, and lunchtimes. We will miss you when we head to 6th grade next year, but please know we will never forget you.
Ms. Pelko was an excellent tech education student who helped us from January to April. We always looked forward to when she would come in. She helped Mrs. Schultz a lot prepare for her classes that she taught. I liked when she would pull Addison, Grace, and myself to do independent reading. What also is special about Ms. Pelko is that she is my sister. It was so much fun having her in class with us this year.
Miss Vaqueros was our parapro while Miss Lepla did her student teaching in 4th grade. Her quiet kindness showed us she would be there for us if we needed her assistance. We liked how she always greeted us at the beginning of the day. We are so glad we were able to work with you this year. Thank you to all of our 5th grade teachers and staff for making our 5th grade year so special. Please accept this gift of gratitude from all of us to you. I would like to now welcome Alexandra, Frankie, Layla, Chelsea, Eitan, and David to the stage to thank our parents and families.
We would also like to recognize all our parents who have volunteered over the years through CSA or classroom events. Thank you for partnering with us to provide extra special experiences for our students. We would especially like to take a moment to recognize my mom, Ms. Dawn Kaczynski, our CSA president. Thank you for the countless hours you have spent collaborating with others to help support our school.
Thank you also to Mr. and Mrs. Gamatese and Mrs. Clark for helping to organize a 5th grade memory video. The video will be viewed by students and staff during school later this week, and a link will be available for families to enjoy.
Thank you also to the 5th grade parent committee who helped plan our Nautica trip, graduation goodies, and our party on the last day of school. Could you please stand so we could recognize all of you and your dedication to our school? Thank you to our parents by Ron Tramer. We will never take for granted how greatly we've been blessed, for when it comes to parents, Mom and Dad, you are the best.
You nurtured and protected us and taught us with great care, and every time we've needed you, you were always there.
If you could look into our hearts, how quickly you could guess the special place you hold there and how much you mean to us.
May you receive the blessings. You are so deserving of for your caring and your sharing in each sacrifice of love.
Clear in your hearts these words forever true. No parents anywhere on earth could be more loved than you.
Now I would like to introduce Mr. Schiller for some closing remarks.
All right, good morning, congratulations. You're letting me close it out with a microphone. I don't know about that one. All right, I would like to, one more time, just congratulate all of our graduates and all of our parents in attendance today. Thank you so much for being here. Also, a special thank you to all of our special guests here in attendance. It really has been a pleasure to be your assistant principal over the first part of your educational journey. For most of you, we've been able to have the opportunity to watch you grow since you were in kindergarten. And although your journey is far from over, this was a big step. And we hope that you have taken the experiences and the tools that you have learned over these years, and you're going to take those on to middle school. And if you do, you're going to be incredibly successful. I'm going to leave you with two pieces of advice. One, Officer Duffy gave you a little bit earlier, but I'm going to repeat it here in a second. But the other one is this, that no matter where life takes you and what path you choose, make sure that you find what makes you happy and what is your passion. If you can do those two things, you will never work a day in your life. So that would be our hope for you. The other one, and it really does mean a lot, because I'm going to be doing this with my own daughter on Friday, is don't be in a rush to grow up. Life moves fast. Take time. Enjoy these moments because they go in a blink of an eye. So take time. Be kids. Go out. Have fun. Play ball. Do whatever. But just make sure you guys are having fun and enjoy yourselves. All right. I'm going to recognize two groups really quickly. Number one, I do want to just recognize that graduation design team one last time. Whatever you guys did to come up with the weather today was absolutely perfect. So thank you for all the hard work that you put into the ceremony today. At this time, I would like to have the families who are graduating their youngest child from center please stand and be recognized. We would like to thank you for supporting your children through the elementary school, and we wish you and your families the best as you move on to the middle school. All right, I've got a couple of very quick announcements. and then we're gonna kind of move on here. So at the conclusion of our ceremony, everyone will be exiting to my right, and we will have treats that have been donated by CSA under the pavilion by the playground, if you would like to join us for that. Parents, if you are taking your 5th grader home after the ceremony, Mrs. Demian and Mr. DiMarino will be seated near the pavilion to sign out your child. Please stop over for a minute to sign them out before you leave. And for those of you who are returning to school, the bus will be leaving here at 12:15. Again, we would like to thank everyone for being in attendance today. And can we have one final round of applause as all of our 5th graders exit to their individual photo ops.